Greetings, esteemed scholars and aficionados of American frontier history. Today we delve into the intricate tapestry of the 19th century American West through the life of John David Albert, a figure whose experiences epitomize the quintessential mountain man. Born in Hagerstown, Maryland, in 1810, Albert's journey from orphaned youth to seasoned frontiersman embodies the spirit of exploration, self-reliance, and adaptability that defined an era. Orphaned at the tender age of 2, Albert's early life was marred by adversity, a crucible that forged his resilience and indomitable spirit. His eventual migration westward reflects not merely a personal quest for adventure, but also underscores broader themes of cultural exchange and ecological adaptation during a pivotal period in United States history. In this discourse, we will undertake a comprehensive examination of Albert's life, scrutinizing his mastery of survival skills, his nuanced interactions with indigenous tribes, and his contributions to the expanding frontier narrative. Through meticulous analysis, grounded in historical accounts, we aim to enrich our understanding of American identity during an epoch when frontiers were shaped by both geography and human experience. John David Albert. Born on May 20th, 1810, in the modest town of Hagerstown, Maryland, situated strategically along the trade routes connecting the eastern seaboard with the burgeoning western territories. The loss of his parents at the age of 2 consigned him to the care of relatives, under whose guardianship he faced economic hardship and limited educational opportunities. Despite these constraints, Albert exhibited an intrinsic affinity for the natural world. At 16, driven by both necessity and restless ambition, Albert secured employment on a Mississippi River keelboat. These flat-bottomed vessels were integral to commerce, navigating the complexities of a river system stretching over 2,300 miles, a conduit for goods between the industrial North and agrarian South. By 1828, the allure of the West, amplified by the prospects of the fur trade, catalyzed his decision to join a cadre of hunters and trappers venturing into uncharted territories. This marked a decisive turning point, transitioning Albert from the structured confines of Eastern society to the untamed expanses beyond the Mississippi. Albert's early life, therefore, was characterized by a confluence of hardship and opportunity, a microcosm of the American experience during a period of rapid expansion and transformation. Embarking on his westward odyssey, Albert traversed the expansive Great Plains, a region spanning approximately 500,000 square miles, characterized by its flat topography and semi-arid climate. Upon reaching the foothills of the Rocky Mountains, Albert allied with the American Fur Company at Fort Laramie, established in 1834. Under the tutelage of seasoned trappers, Albert honed his expertise in the fur trade, a complex enterprise requiring knowledge of animal behavior, pelt preparation, and market demands. Albert learned to identify active lodges and set traps accordingly, timing his efforts to seasonal patterns to maximize yield while mitigating overharvesting, an early recognition of sustainable practice. Operating at elevations often exceeding 7,000 feet, he acclimated to hypoxic conditions, temperature extremes, and the rugged terrain of the mountainous landscape. Albert's assimilation into the mountain man archetype was as much a cultural transformation as it was an occupational one. Embracing the dialects, customs, and fraternal codes of his peers, he became part of a subculture defined by autonomy, resourcefulness, and an intrinsic connection to the natural world. The exigencies of frontier life demanded a comprehensive arsenal of survival skills, areas in which Albert demonstrated exceptional proficiency. His botanical acumen enabled him to identify and utilize plant species for nutritional and medicinal purposes. Knowledge of camas root and yampa provided vital carbohydrates, while understanding willow bark allowed for the alleviation of pain and inflammation. Albert's expertise extended beyond beavers to include other fauna such as foxes, martens, and otters, each requiring specialized methods. His use of deadfalls and snares showcased an advanced application of mechanical principles and animal psychology. Shelter construction saw Albert employing techniques ranging from the assembly of simple lean-tos to the construction of log cabins insulated with mud and moss. Fire-making skills were paramount. Albert proficiently employed the flint and steel method, understanding the importance of tinder selection. navigational prowess rounded out his survival skill set. Utilizing stellar navigation, he relied on constellations such as Polaris for orientation. His keen observation of topographical features allowed him to traverse vast expanses with remarkable accuracy. Albert's deep engagement with his environment, a symbiotic relationship characterized by respect and acute awareness of natural systems. Albert's interactions with indigenous tribes were a defining aspect of his frontier experience. Engagement in trade was a primary avenue, requiring astute negotiation skills and cultural sensitivity. He immersed himself in learning indigenous languages and customs, recognizing that effective communication was critical for commerce and fostering mutual respect. This cultural fluency extended to participation in social ceremonies, a demonstration of his integrative approach to intercultural relations. Albert benefited from indigenous ecological knowledge, particularly in areas of land navigation and resource identification. The sharing of traditional ecological wisdom, such as the use of smoke signals for long-distance communication or the reading of wildlife signs, enhanced his capabilities. His experiences underscore the multifaceted nature of frontier interactions, illustrating how cooperation and conflict coexisted within the broader context of American expansionism. John Albert's expeditions across the Rocky Mountains contributed substantively to regional geographic and ecological knowledge when formal scientific exploration was nascent. His traversal of mountain passes facilitated the mapping of critical transit routes. Albert's documentation of geological formations, mineral deposits, and unique flora and fauna provided valuable insights. Ecologically, Albert noted behaviors and migratory patterns of species such as the Rocky Mountain elk. Albert's exploratory activities also had implications for subsequent settlement patterns and resource exploitation, raising questions about the environmental impacts of human incursion into previously undisturbed ecosystems. For historians and scholars, Albert's life offers a rich case study in the complexities of westward expansion. John David Albert's life and work epitomized the duality of the mountain man, agents of both discovery and disruption. He exemplifies rugged individualism and ingenuity celebrated in American folklore, yet his experiences also highlight the indispensability of cross-cultural collaboration. Albert adapted by integrating into emerging economies, demonstrating flexibility characteristic of mountain men. His later years, while less documented, reflect the broader transition of frontier figures into settled communities or new industries. His narrative invites critical reflection on the legacy of such figures in shaping both the physical landscape and the socio-cultural fabric of the United States. In reflecting upon the life of John David Albert, we uncover a narrative rich with lessons on resilience, cultural synergy, and environmental adaptation. His journey from the woodlands of Maryland to the peaks of the Rocky Mountains encapsulates a critical period in American history, a time when frontiers were shaped by both geography and human experience. Albert's interactions with Native American tribes challenge simplistic depictions of frontier relations, revealing a nuanced landscape of mutual reliance and shared knowledge. The implications of his exploratory endeavors extend beyond personal achievement. They contribute to the collective understanding of a region pivotal in the nation's development. Albert's life prompts a reevaluation of the narratives dominating our historical consciousness. It encourages recognition of complexities inherent in westward expansion. Thank you for joining us in this in-depth exploration of John David Albert's remarkable life and legacy. We hope this presentation provided valuable perspectives and stimulated thoughtful discourse on the rich tapestry of American frontier history. We welcome your insights and encourage sharing thoughts in the comments section below. Let's continue the conversation and deepen our collective understanding of the figures who have shaped our world.